Trump, Reagan, and Clinton know how to tell informal workers apart from criminals. How much longer will it take the Peruvian Congress? Eric Prince is viewed by many as the most prominent military strategist in President Trump's inner circle and head of the world's most powerful private anti-crime combatant companies. Recently spent 3 days in Lima. He met with leaders of the informal mining sector and self-defense committees, known as ronderos, in Lima, at the home of Hernando de Soto, who convened the meeting. Abimael Guzman himself, in his book Las Dos Colinas, attributes his defeat to de Soto. The most influential and widely read newspaper in the world, the Wall Street Journal, revealed all this. They dedicated half of their August 16th front page to these talks, and the story has since spread like wildfire. The heart of the matter is this. Contrary to the narrative a small but influential group in Peru is pushing, these informal workers aren't criminals, anti-business, anti-American, or anti-military. Folks don't get that we were only able to win the war against the organized crime of Sendero Luminoso when we learned to tell informal workers apart from criminals. This didn't divide the country, it united it. In just 3 years, from 1989 to 1992, we formalized 340,000 informal businesses with a unified registry. We stopped feudalizing their land with a land registry and legalized and armed 120,000 members of their self-defense committees, supervised by our armed forces. This, backed by a treaty signed with the United States, created a victorious anti-crime army, restored peace, and kick-started our growth.
We're all familiar with the phenomenon of the underground economy. The scholar Hernando de Soto and his colleagues have examined the situation of one country, Peru, and described an economy of the poor that bypasses crushing taxation and stifling regulation. This informal economy, as the researchers call it, is the principal supplier of many goods and services, and often the only ladder for upward mobility. The poor have become less poor, and the nation itself richer. Those who advocate statist solutions to development should take note. The free market is the other path to development, and the one true path.
The work of Hernando de Soto, who's here, who I think is maybe the most important living economist in the world today.
It's important that we protect them for 3 reasons. First, the organized crime of the Caribbean is now switching from pushing drugs to controlling gold and coveted electric metals from Peru and elsewhere. Second, they are cozying up to the informal miners and taking on the role of their protectors. Third, they are substituting the formal companies that supply informal and the plants that process their minerals, which in turn shatters the key links that allow informal businesses to integrate into the Industrial Revolution and the global market. In September, both in Peru and the United States, we're putting together several meetings to build from the ground up a smart civilian-led plan to formalize mine titles so as to plug them into Western commodity and financial markets using blockchain and providing them with Web3. We will keep you informed.